It's a Monday. You wake up, you get dressed, you're on your way to work, you're sitting in traffic, and then you get to work. You say hello to your coworkers, you take your hour lunch, you do your little tasks, and then you get ready to go home. You're sitting in traffic again, but this time there's something different. The closer that you get to home, the more you feel this twist in your stomach. You get home, you open the door, and you kind of veg out from there on. This is a position that you've been working towards, but now it's just like any other job, and you get home and you feel drained. So what is it about this particular day that makes you feel so empty? Hi, I'm Anaya. I'm a purpose coach, and I'm here to help women working a 9 to 5 find meaning and purpose in their lives today without restructuring their entire lives. Being able to keep that job that you want, but restructure and refine that purpose and that deeper meaning so that you can live a more happy and purposeful life. I have a peace ritual in the link in my bio, and that is just a ritual that I follow, very simple, to stay regulated while working a 9 to 5. So go check that out. So there's 3 things that you might be missing when it comes to finding meaning and purpose in our jobs. Sometimes we get used to what was once the shiny penny, the shiny object. That is the biggest issue when it comes to, our employment and feeling mundane within our lives. When you sometimes pair your identity with the things that you achieve. When you stop achieving, then you stop feeling worthy, you stop feeling like the steps that you're taking are purposeful. So what we first need to do is detach our identity from a sense of achievement. So when you go to work, maybe you want that promotion, maybe you want to move up, you want to be in an office, you want a different position. Understand that that doesn't have anything to do with who you are as a person. Go into work feeling like whether or not you get that position, that raise, that achievement, that goal, you are still going to be you, and you are still going to feel as fulfilled when you leave that place. Failure has nothing to do with whether or not you are worthy. Not getting a position has nothing to do with whether or not you're valuable. Because identity is a constant. Identity is who you were before you got that job. Sometimes we carry an identity which can hold us back, actually, and we're not subject to change because we have beliefs bestowed on us by people who, told us that we were a certain thing, or told us that we were worthy of certain things, or we have beliefs that kind of structure who we think we are, that also create our identity. But when you start your day, let's say in meditation, and you reassure yourself that you are subject to, the best possible day and the best, you just see the best within that day. And the blessings you're open and willing to receive, even if it is outside the scope of your identity. Let's say, you wanted a certain position, you had certain expectations, but then you're offered a different opportunity, which isn't exactly what you expected, but it is what came to you. Are you going to take it because it is beneficial, or are you going to reject it because it's not your identity, it's not who you believe yourself to be? Being open to all the blessings of the world and all perspectives, just because that is the meaning of life, being open and subject and moldable and malleable, and not stubborn and stuck and stagnant and staying the same. That is the number one thing that's going to help you find purpose within your day-to-day, being open and being subject to change and open to the unexpected within your day-to-day, seeing the beauty in everything and not, coming with an expectation and thinking, I'm only going to see and accept what I know. That's the first thing. Releasing your identity from your expectations and from your scope of achievement so that you can be open and receiving to the blessings that are coming to you. Second is creating mindfulness within your day, moments of silence, whether that's 5 seconds before your meal. This is why people pray before their meals. You don't have to be religious, but it's a concept that people do. It's finding a little pocket of mindfulness. And what does this do? This allows us to appreciate the beauty of the moment, that we don't need anything new, anything spectacular, anything exciting going on to appreciate that life is full and meaningful without any of that. So maybe 5 seconds before your meal, maybe on your lunch, you take 5 minutes to just sit in silence and breathe and think. Or maybe this is a moment before work when, you do yoga or you meditate, you sit in silence. Nature has a lot to teach us about what's important. And when we sit out in nature and just sit and listen to the birds, to the wind, we notice the beauty in things that aren't performative. Nature doesn't do the things it does, as a show. Nature just is. And there's beauty in that, and there's value in that. So in replicating that and creating that in your own life, it does create deeper meaning. And it allows all of our thoughts and all of, the performances, allows all of that to melt away, and it's just you, and it's just the environment and the silence. So the third thing that allows you to create deeper meaning in your life while still working a 9 to 5 is philosophies such as wabi-sabi. It's a Japanese philosophy. Wabi meaning a disconnection from the material, from the fast, from, things, objects in our life. And sabi meaning the beauty of imperfection and things that age over time. One of the core elements of wabi-sabi is, when a glass breaks, gluing it back together and just seeing a beauty for the art and the imperfection of the glass. Like, it's not new. There's cracks in it, there's glue, there's lumps and molds of clay that aren't as pristine as it once was when you first created the dish, but there's a beauty in the imperfection. And seeing things age over time is another core element. It's like in our society, we're so obsessed with the new, the fast, and, getting the latest phone model or computer model or the newest trend. Seeing something new and age and become old, and seeing the beauty in the age over time, it makes us really realize how short life is and how imperfect life is and the fragility of life. And it reminds us that, life is short. People don't last forever. Pets don't last forever. Objects don't last forever. There's an inherent element of decay in every living thing. So seeing the beauty in each stage, including the later stages, is one of the elements that, wabi-sabi reminds us of. And also the importance of real materials like wood, clay, stone, and not, like polyester, synthetics. There's a value and there's a beauty in things that are real and real life materials. And this is what spending time in nature also helps us with. So if you're having a hard time, you're feeling like shut out, you're feeling like you haven't had sunlight, maybe on your break, go outside. That can help so much. Being inside for hours and hours a day, that can really drain you. And also, getting home, think of something that, like, about your job that you were really excited about when you first got it. Or think about something around you that your job was able to provide for you. Think about how excited you were when you got that, or just appreciate the essence of that item on itself. Like, inherently, you're glad that you have these things. You're blessed to be working. You're blessed to be in a home, to have a car, or to be able to take public transportation, being in a country where you can do that. So that's an element of wabi sabi, just appreciating the imperfect, the slow, the natural elements of things. So success partially doesn't feel satisfying because life doesn't happen at the destination. Life doesn't happen when you reach your achievements. If you take all of your achievements, the celebration of those things even, and compile them together, that will be such a small percentage of your life. Even still, let's say, I'm making this number up, but let's say that you celebrating every job that you've had, that's only like maybe a couple hours within that day, and maybe you have one job every year or every 2 years, then that's only a couple days throughout your lifespan. But what is the in-between? Is the in-between suffering? Is the in-between feeling like you're not enough? Is the in-between striving for a goal? Or is it you appreciating what you've achieved? Is it you seeing the value in, being secure and provided for and what that job provides for you? And, the moments you share with your coworkers, the area that your job is in, the different life the job has brought you. So this is how we find purpose and meaning. Learn to appreciate every moment, and life will always be meaningful. And thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!